Well, howdy, folks. This is, let's see, this would be clip number 100 or something since last week. Last week I started this and wanted to cover insulating the new building. And I did my research and I ran into problems, and questions. And then I had to do research the questions to find the answers so I could, move on. And ended up trying to put a whole show together. And it was just like, there's no point. This is not going anywhere. Everything has got to be, we've got to double back and take a good look at what's going on. So here we go again. We're going to insulate the building. Now, I've changed the plan around in the past few days even because I was trying to get this insulation wrapped up and it was really bizarre. Let me explain. We had an insulation problem with the house. And so when that happened, what I did was I went out and got ceiling insulation that I needed to replace over our master bedroom. And I went for the, what's the best I can buy that I can stuff in here. Turned out to be R30. Wow, that's a high R value. Oh, wow. And, the wall insulation right now from what I'm seeing is like R19 or something for the home. That's fabulous. This is a big metal building. I am not going to try to duplicate that kind of effect. It would be nice, if you could, but it would sure keep the building, contained for temperature, hot or cold. But what we're after is just get some insulation up and let's get the building start to, fixture inside this building. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been stalled out with problems. Anyway, when I ordered the building, there were, I guess we'll say 3 options. No insulation. Second option was called double bubble. Wasn't familiar with it. Yeah, if you're thinking about ordering a building and you're wondering what double bubble is, yeah, here it is. Double bubble. It's just plastic with bubble facing this way from the plastics, and then there's also bubbles facing that way from this side, and it basically is just like they say, double bubble. And the problem was you can buy this stuff and get really high R values out of it, but it's kind of with the building situation here, this is kind of a fake or fraud almost. What this is for moisture barrier for your metal building. So in other words, your R value is like, you just throw that out the window. No, you're not getting any real R value with this. In fact, it's really not going to do much of anything for you. I checked with around some different people that have put this up in their buildings, and they said R value to them was 0. They put it up after the building even, and it was like, no, I'm not really getting anything out of it. In fact, you wouldn't even know it's up there after they got done. So it was pretty disappointing, but as a moisture barrier for your building and having this on the inside supposedly should help, but it's not going to help much, If you were going to give it an R value, you might say 0.5 or something, but it is, there are commercial grades of this stuff out there that will go as high as R21. But again, that's under certain predetermined situation that I'm not even going to get into at all because it's just, we'd all drive ourselves a little crazy over what's going on with that. But so this was one, and I considered it. The cost for this particular building for this size was $3,500 because, yeah, it's quite a bit. Because what happens is when the builder comes, they put this stuff up, and then nail the sheets over top of it. So it's installed before the sheets. Yeah. I don't know how exactly they even do that, but they say that's what they do. Anyway, that sort of went down the drain. And so I went to the woven, they call it woven. It's a fabric stuffed in between plastic. And again, it's mounted first, then the sheets are put on the building. So that was costly. That was $6,500 for this building. And I was willing to pay it because it was like, man, I want insulation. I want good insulation. And so then I thought, well, just to cross-reference all that, let's take a look at me spraying foam or putting up, just happen to have a piece of this junk here, putting up some styrofoam type, paneling like this or something and insulate the building. What's the cost, And I was really shocked. I was floored. There was quite a bit of differences, but you're still ending up at that R value. That's kind of like important a little bit. And so originally, I bypassed all that, and then I started looking at Polyboard. This is R4 right here, and this is only 3/4 inch, so that's pretty good. I was looking at a 1 inch that would give you a rating, maybe just a little bit above R5 or something, or in that range, or 4.9 or something. And then if you zip tape and get everything nice and tightened up, it can give you a really good R value. So it was like, okay, you know what, we'll do that. So it's going to do the whole building in Polyboard, and there are some problems with doing the Polyboard because you don't want the Polyboard up against the metal. You want an air gap back there. So I came up with a plan. I would buy furring strips. That's these wooden pieces here. They're only $1.68. They're 8-foot long strips. They're basically said to be a 1x2, which they are not. So yeah, this is I think a 2.5 inch or something like that, roughly. Anyways, and this is inch and I think it's 7/8 or so. Anyways, I'm going to put this up like that. And I can nail this in using just a sheet metal screw, pre-drilled type. With that in mind, that gives me a 1 inch gap, which means I can put my Polyboard right here and drive some small screws into it. And they'll use large plastic washers, of course, to help hold everything in place. But that was kind of the plan. Now, up to the 10-foot level of this building, you're doing a box. So it's all square. It's all really very straightforward, sort of mounting it. Now, the ceiling was a little bit of a different animal. The ceiling is pretty hard to get the Polyboard up there. A lot of work, a lot of time, money, whatever. So I started realizing, if I spray foam, I can actually reach a higher R value using the spray foam. With 2 or 3 inches of spray foam, you could easily hit up to R20. But even if I hit R14, I'd be probably happy with that. And just spray foam, that's 2 inches roughly with the spray foam, the closed cell. And in fact, I'll provide a link in the description below for some of the kits at Amazon that I'm looking at, and ordering those kits in. Order a kit and spray it up. Each kit covers 240 square feet. So how many square feet do we have here? I don't know. We have quite a bit, yeah. So hopefully a couple of those kits would, knock this out, which means you might spend $600 on that. Also, probably spending a little over maybe $600 or so on the Polyboard with the furring strips and screws and everything. So ideally, you might have $1,200 to $1,500 spent on insulating the building instead of, $6,500, and your ceiling is going to have a higher R value than the woven. The woven, by the way, they rate it up to R17. But again, talking to other customers that have had these buildings with the insulation, they said, no, it's not working very well, not happy with it. A lot of different things, especially the double bubble. I was really surprised people that got the double bubble just said, no, don't do that. Don't even bother. It's like, it's not going to work. It's not worth it. So regardless, with the double bubble, the woven would have been the better choice, but the cost of $6,500 was like, that adds a lot of money to the building that, it's like, there's other ways to do it. And I to be honest, I really sort of don't like the look of the woven. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's kind of like, looks like nasty, saggy, like white bags of plastic, stuck on the side of your building kind of thing on the inside. I did not want to spend the extra $6,500. It's just, the cost is simple. So using the Polyboard and the spray foam for the ceiling, also using I guess we'll call it the end caps on the ceiling, just the triangle part of the cap going up to 10 feet square, and then the rectangle part of these end caps, we can just spray the foam on there, and it'll give me what I want. Also, the foam will help to stop penetration of air movement or anything going on up there, which is like yes and no. Closed cell foam, they say, will work great on these things. I'm not sold on it, but it was like, I think that's the rate, that's where we're going to have to go. And the Polyboard can go up on just the wall sections of the building. And there's a couple other problems. I did order seal kits for the doors. The doors are horrible. They will leak air like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, you're sort of, how much money do you want to waste on insulation that you've got two big leaky doors that are letting, hot or cold air in throughout the year. So it was like, it just looking at that alone, it was like, that's not going to work. So at this time, it just seems like you're just throwing too much money away on insulation unless you change the doors. So, yeah. I don't know what the windows are rated at, but I'm sure they're not, those are exactly double pane, expensive high-end windows or something. So yeah, our factor on this is probably poop. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do is we'll work with that. I'm going to try to get the polyboard in so I can get started, because I really need to get these walls, start closing them up basically, because the next thing I want to do is start running my electrical for my solar system, that kind of thing, get my solar set up so I can start generating power or whatever in the building. Right now, these lights I've got in front of me here are off of a portable power station. This is from Pecron. Not a name I would have thought that much of, but I've used their power station for the last few years. I've tortured it, and it has held up really well. So yay to Pecron, yay. Yeah, their power stations are holding up really well. I also have All Powers. I'm trying to think of some of the other names, brand names I've got there. We've got a pile of power stations. But so that's where we're at today, and it's taken 2 weeks to get back to the building to start working on it again because of house problems. Yeah, I'm still working on the house. It's a given. And the problem is I want to get working on this, but the house is kind of like the priority. At least according to the wife, it's the priority. And I didn't know that. You have to look after that house. You can play with your barn later, Anyway, thought I'd get you guys up to date on it. Anyways, that's the plan we're going forward with. I'm going to order some, I'll probably order that foam kit in today, and get that on its way so we can get started on cracking on that. Because I'd really like to get this closed up and insulated before summer hits in southern Georgia. It's always hot here. Hot. They say humid, but after you've lived in southern Texas, it's not humid here. No, they can't touch the humidity. So thanks for watching Coffee Tools. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the notice bell. We'll be back with more on this next week. All right, over and out.